and fraternity. You see that on many of their logos. Notice up on the upper left, you have what's called the fasces. It is a bundle of sticks that encompasses an axe. That is a Freemasonic symbol, but it is a secret symbol for the destruction power or the destroying power of the Antichrist. Can you think of a story in the Bible where an axe rose up out of the water? And what was that axe head made out of? Iron. Think of the Iron Kingdom. So that's what the bundle of sticks, let me pull that graphic back up here for you. The bundle of sticks represents all of humanity bound together to give this beast his power and his seat and his great authority. And you notice again the words liberty, fraternity, equality. There on the bottom right, liberty, equality, fraternity. You see the handshake, you see the scales, equality, balance. You see the all-seeing eye coming out of the triangle and so on. And so you see the Ouroboros, the snake, swallowing his own tail. What is that? Pike said it's basically a symbol of this. Sons of God, daughters of men. They shall mingle themselves with the seed of men. That's what that represents. Then now I want you to look at this idea of equality, liberty, and fraternity, which is the sort of the magic potion of secret societies in general, but Freemasonry. Those of you who've studied a little bit of recent, well, I won't say recent, I'd say last 200-300 years, you understand that the French Revolution was basically designed by Freemasons to give liberty, equality, and fraternity to all Frenchies. And the French Revolution basically said, we don't need no stinking king, or however they say it in French. Parlez-vous, whatever. Anyway, so it overthrew the king and set up a new, basically a socialist government inside France that doesn't work. Socialism never works, but we're going to keep trying it and force it down everybody's throat. And basically, the reason why socialism doesn't work is that these people have to do all the work and these people don't have to do anything and they still get to eat everybody's stuff. And it just doesn't work. But anyway, the core tenets of the French Revolution was these Masonic ideas of fraternity, liberty, and equality, giving everybody equality. So it was a Masonic idea is what it was. Now, this same idea is being brought to America. Some would say that's what America was built on. I say that you have 150 years from the time the Pilgrims landed somewhere around 1620 to the signing of the Declaration of Independence. You had like 150 years of Bible preaching that I believe formed the basis of this nation. But we know what the Scripture says. Certain men crept in unawares. And that's what I see going on. But let me show you now what the Bible says about all this stuff about liberty, fraternity, and equality. Let me show you what the Bible reveals behind this. Number one, liberty. Peter said, he's talking about the false prophets and the religious principles behind the false prophet mentioned in Revelation 13. He said these are wells without water, clouds that are carried with a tempest, to whom the mist of darkness is reserved forever. For when they speak great swelling words of vanity, they allure through the lusts of the flesh. Stop right here. The false prophets and the spirits behind the false prophets know that in order to bring about the agenda of the beast is that you must allure through the lusts of the flesh. So this is why Ed Young puts a bed up on the stage and he talks dirty to everybody for a month's worth of sermons. This is why him and his wife are laying up in a bed on top of the roof of their church. They're using these sleazy sermon series to allure through the lust of the flesh. Oh, we're gonna have a Bible study at Hooters. Yeah, right. I know what my mind would be on if I was there. I mean, I'd have to fight it off. Crazy bunch. They are alluring through the lust of the flesh. And it doesn't matter what kind of flesh. Whether you're a guy and you like girls, or you're a girl and like guys, or you're a guy and you like other guys. These people are going to allure through the lust of the flesh. And then here's what he goes on to say. He says, they allure through the lust of the flesh, through much wantonness. That's your gay pride festivals. Those that were clean escaped from them who live in error. While they promise them what? Liberty. They promised them liberty. God saw this coming, people. They themselves are the servants of corruption. For of whom a man is overcome, of the same he is brought in bondage. So here's what they're promising to everybody. Liberty. They're telling the Sodomites, we're going to give you liberty. We're going to make you free. So that you can sodomize whoever you want to, and nobody. Can I tell you what I think is going to happen? And I'm just awaiting for the first court case to show up. Some guy, some sodomite's going to rape some other guy or a kid. And a court, there's going to be slicked up lawyers, and a court is going to find him not guilty because that's just the way he is. He was expressing his love. You watch and see if it doesn't happen, or something similar to that. This is where we're headed in this nation. You don't believe that? Go read Genesis 18 and 19 again. Tell me what you see. Go read Genesis 19 and tell me what you see. The men of Sodom demanding from Lot, demanding from him, send those 2 men out so we may know them. Coming to America very soon. So that's liberty. They're promising them liberty. They themselves are the servants of corruption. Now we deal with fraternity. You know what fraternity is? Brotherhood. And I want you to think about this. Okay? I want you to think about it. Brothers are people who have the same father. So this is why, as Christians, we call one another, hello, Brother Stan, hello, Brother John, hello, Brother Jim, and we never say, hello, Brother Susie. We don't do that. We are brethren. Why? Because we are sons of God. That's why. In order to have fraternity, you have to have the same father. My grandfather grew up on a sharecropper's farm in central Arkansas, around Mayflower, Enola, in that area. And he had, I think he had 11 brothers. Okay, the youngest one, the surviving one, just died not too long ago, a few months ago. Hoggard. I knew him. He was my grandpa's brother. But they could call each other brothers because that's who they were. They had the same father. What did Jesus say to the Pharisees? And I think it was Matthew 23. Yeah, or maybe it wasn't there, but he said, "You're of your father, the devil." Meaning they were all brothers. Look at what it says here. Judges 19:22. Now, as they were making their hearts merry, behold, the men of the city, certain sons of Belial, guessed who their father was, beset the house round about, beat at the door, and spake to the master of the house, the old man, saying, "Bring forth the man that came unto thine house, that we may know him." The fraternity of Freemasonry says it doesn't matter who you are, what religion you have, where you came from, what your background was. You join us and you're going to be born again. You're going to have a new daddy. They are of their father, the devil. They are sons of Belial. That's what it's all about. That's what their fraternity is. A brotherhood of people who have the same father. And it's not God in heaven. It's not Jehovah. It's not the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. It's not the God whose Son is Jesus Christ. It is not the God that you and I pray to through the mediator, Jesus Christ. Because the God they pray to in the lodge doesn't need no stinking mediator. So it's not the same God that you and I pray to. That's who their father is, the worshipful master. You're of your father, the devil. That's what the fraternity part is all about. Now I want you to think of equality. Equality. I was looking at this phrase through the scriptures, and it dawned on me. I know what this is. Now, let me show you. Let's go back to this graphic here. I want you to look at the scales on here, and they're balanced. And these in masonry, in the symbolism of masonry, the scales always use 3 chains to hold the little bowls. There's 3 chains on one side, 3 chains on the other. Do you see that? So that would it has a dual meaning. It's 33, or it is 6. 3 here, 3 here, like the 2 triangles, the seal of Solomon, the Jewish flag. It is the 3 triangles fusing together. It's the number 6. Take a look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 colors in this thing. And, of course, you all know what the number 6 represents. Sons of God, daughters of men, Genesis 6. The number 666 being the number of the beast, et al. Now, so that's part of the equality. Whenever you see Masonic scales, it basically says the sons of God, the daughters of men, and they're joined together, because that's what a balance does. It makes them equal. It joins them together. But I want you to think of something else. Remember what the serpent promised Eve in the Garden of Eden. For God doth know that in the day ye eat thereof, then ye shall be as gods. You will be equal to gods. That's what the equality part is all about. Humans being equal to gods. Now, can you think of a verse? And this just jumped out and I went, that's it right there. Philippians 2:6. Who, being in the form of God, thought it not robbery to be equal with God. Who's that talking about? Jesus Christ, who is God. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. Jesus Christ thought it not robbery to be equal with God, because He was God. Manifested in the flesh. God manifested in the flesh. Justified. And all that stuff in the mystery of godliness. That's what Paul was dealing with. The opposite of that is now humans. Corrupt, vile, disgusting, sinful, even sodomites being equal with God. That's what's coming. That's the spirit that's driving all of this. Freemasonry boasts and brags and says, we accept everybody. We accept everybody. You just